Okay, tonight I'm going to actually show you how to cook bitter melon in a stir fry. This is the bitter melon I've cut up, as you can see. Next to it I have celery, carrots, and of course onions. Okay, and this is chicken. Okay, so these are the spices I'm also using: oregano, basil, pepper, and salt, and as well as dill. Now these are the ingredients I'm using. Of course you can change them whenever if you want. You can add new ingredients, don't have to use the ones I do. You can add ginger, you can add garlic, you can add red onions, purple onions, your choice. Okay, you can also use chicken breast. You can use beef if you have no red meat sensitivities. You could use turkey, lamb. Choice is yours. Okay, and this is the pan I'm using. Okay, so basically what I do is I'm gonna fill it up with water. I don't cook with oil or anything, so I just use water. As you can see, the pan is now filled with water. Now what I do is, basically, the onions here are already chopped. I've actually pre-chopped them. The bitter melon I've actually as well pre-chopped, and the carrots were also pre-chopped. Now the celery, there's an easy way to chop them really quickly, or you can do the long way with the knife, and just chop them all the way down, or you can use very easily a pair of scissors. Okay. And basically you can just cut them with a scissor all the way down. Very simple. Now to save time, I'm actually going to chop them with a scissor. As well, I can only do this one-handed because I'm also holding the camera. So I'm just going to take a break. Okay, now the celery has been chopped and it's in the pan. Now, depending on how well you like your vegetables, some people like them crunchy, some people like them softer. So it varies. If you like your vegetables more crunchier, then of course put them near the end when you're finished. Near the end, you're finished cooking your chicken. Okay. Now for carrots and celery, I usually like them a little softer. Onions as well, but the bitter melon I'll actually put in part way through. Okay. Just gonna put some onions in. There we go. And I'm actually gonna put a couple of pieces of bitter melon right in there. Now, bitter melon is very bitter, as I've told you before. That's why they call it bitter melon. Now, you can also boil the bitter melon off, so it's not as bitter. What you do is you take the bitter melon and basically you put it into a pot of water and basically boil it for about 2 minutes or so. And basically what you do is you drain that out. And then you take the bitter melon and put it back into your stir fry. That way it's not as bitter. But for the healing properties of bitter melon, they do need to be bitter. Okay, so now the dish is ready to go. As you can see, I added the carrots, the celery, the onions, and the chicken. Okay, and the bitter melon is also in there as well. So now, basically I just put it onto the stove and let it cook. And it's ready to go, and it's on the stove now. Okay. Let me turn on the heat. Okay, so now you're gonna cook this for about 15 minutes to 20 minutes, depending, of course, how soft you like your vegetables or how well you like your chicken. Now you can also get those type of seared marks onto it even with water. What you do is you boil the water out and basically let it sit on the pan for a little longer, so you will get that caramelization of the onions and of the chicken as well. Okay. Okay. Now I've added my spices: oregano, basil, dill, a little salt, and some pepper. Now, like I said, if you have a high blood pressure or anything like that, salt may not be one of the viable options for you. So you can substitute it with maybe more herbs, or even a pinch of lemon or some lime juice into it. Choice is yours. Okay, it's still cooking right now. and I have it on high heat. So I'm just going to wait a little longer, and it's almost ready. I've actually added some vegetables at the end, the bitter melon, as I said, because I like it sort of bitter. And basically, I'm just going to let the water boil out. As well, you can see the vegetables are getting nicely cooked, and you don't have to worry too much about the nutrition leaching out or anything, because I did add more vegetables at near the end, so don't worry too much about it, and you're gonna get it through the juices as well. Okay. Now I'm just about done. I'm gonna actually put a lid right on top and turn off the heat now, and I'm gonna actually put some more fresh vegetables right on top. So I put this cover on and the heat is off, so it actually gets lightly steamed. It's getting lightly steamed just like this. Okay, now it's ready to be served. So what you can do is you can actually put it on top of rice, you can put it on top of any type of grains, quinoa, choice is yours. Okay? And I actually added a little bit more spices right on top. Enjoy!